Boom! Here we are. We're back at the turning of the tide. Hey guys, welcome back from spring break, and I'm excited to share with you, where we're going from here, which is going to be slightly different than usual. Basically, we're going to use Google Classroom, and every day there'll be some sort of challenge. I'm not always going to do videos, maybe once or twice a week, and I'll try to keep things spicy. We have good news. For Gov, they've eliminated units 4 and 5. So basically, we only have 3 of 5 units to master before the AP exam, which has been reduced in scope as well as length, meaning the exam now is only 45 minutes. So instead of, intense endurance challenges, now we're just writing for 45 minutes. My guess is we're going to get more details soon, but maybe 2 FRQs. And should be kind of beautiful. So without further ado, stuff you need to know from Unit 1 today. The first question is about what the heck is the power distribution in the world, and it's really a question of what is defining the concentration of centralizing power or not centralizing. The more centralized you are, you're going to have more control at the national level. The less centralized, the more local control. The first one, the first term that every kid needs to know is federalism, or just federal generally, because it refers to the U.S. form of government, and a lot of other governments in the world that have adopted a federal system. Usually a huge government is going to want this because it allows for local autonomy. It also allows for national control. Hence this concept of national, state, and local control. National government being the most powerful, and then so on and so forth. It kind of trickles down, if you will, local authority for smaller projects. Confederal system of government. This refers to a situation wherein the states are more powerful than the national government. So your example that you will know intimately from U.S. history is the U.S. Civil War, wherein we had the Articles of Confederation and a system where the states were more powerful than the national government. They could literally say, no, I'm not going to pay your precious taxes, federal government. Today that's not so much true. McCullough v. Maryland. Also, unitary forms of government are national in nature, meaning the national government has sort of supreme control. Not a lot of examples in the world, but there are a few. I think the United Kingdom is actually an example, wherein there really is no control on the local level, highly centralized form of government, and a unitary government would be less local control or none. So there wouldn't even be a differentiation in provinces or local regional governments, such as Florida. The clauses in the U.S. Constitution, which are related, are going to be the Supremacy Clause, and this refers to this concept that federal government policy is always going to take precedence over state policy. And then finally, the Elastic Clause, also called Article 1, Section 8, also called the Necessary and Proper Clause, which is the basis of all these implied powers of Congress, wherein they can do extra stuff that isn't really in the Constitution that they need to do to get the job done. Remember, the Supremacy Clause also is related to McCullough v. Maryland, wherein we get this idea that states try to tax the federal government in Maryland in a banking scheme, and the federal government is like, no. Same joke twice. Makes it better? ? Finally, we have this concept of what the heck is federalism? How does it manifest in the modern world? Originally, we had this idea of dual federalism, which is this clean split between national, state, and local. Very few examples of this in the modern world. But I would say, the military clearly is not the purview of local governments. In fact, the city of High Springs can't have its own military. So that's kind of an example. Cooperative federalism would be a blending or shared jurisdiction over ideas. Law enforcement is a great example. Taxation, there's lots of cooperative taxing going on because it's shared. And then fiscal federalism, after Reagan, we get a lot of devolution, power trickling to the states. But that isn't really what's happening. What's happening is the federal government is still controlling us through 4 mechanisms in fiscal federalism. Block grants, which are quantities of money with strings attached, but not too many. And you just have to spend the money in a certain category, like parks and recreation or healthcare. A categorical grant is more strings attached, and you have to do X to receive the money. So the classic example would be, our roads are nice because we've raised the drinking age to 21. That's the classic categorical grant question. And then unfunded mandates are things we have to do, but we don't receive money for. So governors don't really like that, and the ADA is the classic example on the exam. Finally is revenue sharing. And this is, I'm choking. This is what the park system kind of operates on. The federal government gives us money to build these parks, and then they get some of the profit, we get some of the profit. So they're still kind of controlling our outcomes, but it's mutually beneficial, if you will. I hope you guys have a chillax Monday. Enjoy the FRQ and the packet. I think it's 6 pages due on Tuesday. I know you guys got this, and we're going to crush this thing. Have an excellent day back, and hasta... What's Wednesday? Lunes, martes, mercor? No. I'm going to butcher this. Bye-bye.